All right, so we got a bonus edition of the Pac-12 Perspective podcast today, and we could not be more excited to be getting some bonus time with the man who is taking over UCLA's athletic department in July. Martin Jarmond, he spent the last 3 years at Boston College. He will officially take over for Dan Guerrero on July 1st. So Martin, first and foremost, congratulations. On behalf of everybody at the network and the conference, welcome to the Pac-12. We're excited to have you here. Thanks for giving us some of your time today, because it sounds like you've got quite a few things on your plate right now. Just a few.
Yeah, no, but thanks for having me. I'm kind of working two jobs right now in the transition. I'm here with BC through the end of the week, so a lot going on, but excited to be with you guys. And this is my first time with the Pac-12, so I'm excited.
Yeah, and I know UCLA fans are really excited to get to know more about you, as are we, through this conversation. But I got to start with, can you describe what this past, month has been like for you? Because I imagine interviewing and landing a dream job via Zoom or FaceTime or however it was that it all went down must have been quite a roller coaster. Can you just kind of describe what the last few weeks have been like for you?
Whirlwind. That's the word that comes to mind. You know, everything was virtual, and this was not something a month and a half ago that I saw myself doing. With everything going on in the college athletic space with the COVID-19, and making prep. From literally March, where everything was shut down, to now. You've just been planning and responding because life has been so crazy when it comes to sports. And so you've really been entrenched in that. And then, oh, by the way, there's this process going on for the UCLA athletic director job. And that became something as it moved on. It was really of interest to me. And I didn't, it feels like it's happened fast. I know it's been a few weeks now, but for me, just how involved and how entrenched I've been in everything happening in our landscape, whether it's COVID-19, whether it's name, image, and likeness. I'm on the NCAA transfer working group and transfer, looking at all those things. It's just been really busy time. And oh, by the way, you've got to do this virtual Zoom interview. So it's been unique. It's been challenging, but it's been rewarding because once I met with the UCLA people and they shared with me just more about UCLA, I got really excited about the opportunity.
So with all those things happening, 3 young girls at the house, I mean, your world's popping. When were you able to hit pause and be like, I'm leaving this beautiful place that helped build your career for another place? And if you did take that pause, what was it like?
Yogi, honestly, I don't think I've had that moment yet. I've had moments where I was emotional with my team and my president. We had some emotional conversations, but I don't think I've had the moment where it has truly hit me yet. And again, I think that comes sometimes in different moments, like when I clean my office out this week, and that last time I turn the light off or I give my keys to the interim, I think it might be then, but it hasn't hit me yet. I haven't had the opportunity to really pause because, again, once you're named the athletic director at UCLA, you've got 757 text messages, and I'm on number 584, and you're trying to get back to people and respond, and you want to do things the right way here at BC, and close that out the right way. At the same time, you're trying to start off the right way with UCLA and let people know who you are, because most UCLA fans are not familiar with me. I've been at Boston College. I've been in the Big Ten for 15 years. Been in the ACC the last 3 years. So again, I'm very mindful of wanting the UCLA fan base and staff to get to know me, but it's through interviews and Zooms, and it's not normal. So you just try to do the best you can, and that's what I've tried to normalize this process or this transition as much as possible.
So Martin, what is the thing that, for UCLA fans listening, what are one or two of the things that you most want them to know about you and who they're getting as a new athletic director?
Energy. I'm going to bring the energy. I'm passionate about serving student athletes. I was a former student athlete. My experience that I had and how it shaped me, that's what I want to do for all of our student athletes. So first and foremost, I want them to know that I'm energy and passionate about serving students, and that's what we do. I think you have to be passionate in this business. You know, you got to have juice, you got to go. And that's how I am. We're going to do things the right way. Integrity is very important to me. UCLA demands that. And I expect that from all of our staff and our coaches. So we're going to do things the right way. You know, we're not going to take shortcuts. That's just who I am and who we are. And then finally, I would say we're going to win. You know, I want to win. I'm very competitive. I'm driven. You know, everything in sports has a scoreboard, and you best believe we got to pay attention to that scoreboard. So I want them to know that I'm passionate, I'm energetic, I'm hungry, and we're going to win, and we're going to do it the right way.
The air quote student athlete has changed from when we played, when you played, and today so much, so dramatically. And you're in the middle of it. You're on all these committees. You just said a moment ago, like, student athletes are the first and foremost thing that you're thinking about, and that's the perspective you'll come from. What is that? Like, what is today's student athlete, and where are you going to meet them?
We have to understand the complexities with today's student athlete. And just like you said, Yogi, it is totally different than when you and I played. You know, you didn't have social media when I played. You didn't have the pressures from your high school, from your friends, from your family to play at Division I high level. It's just different. And so for me, you've got to try to put yourself in the student athlete's shoes and empathize with what are the challenges they face of being expectations, high academic, high athletic competition, big stage pressure, mental health, wanting to succeed, being successful all of their life, and now they may hit pockets of turbulence. How do we help them deal with all that? It's our job and our responsibility to help them grow and learn and develop with all that going on. So for me, it's always keeping them in mind, trying to empathize and understand what their experience is and how best can we serve them and help them grow through that, because it's totally different than when I was a student athlete, and it's constantly evolving and changing. And just like with name, image, and likeness and the different things, it's going to change even more. So we got to be in tune with their experience and what is it they need from us to help them be the best version of themselves.
You know, you talk about all of the things that are going on right now in college athletics, NIL, transfer, just there's so much, not to mention COVID-19, and are we going to have fans back? Are there going to be student athletes? When is it going to be safe for them to come back to campus? There's just so many dynamics right now, kind of like swirling around into tornado. Is there one thing, or what is the one thing that when you go to bed at night keeps you up when you think about, you know, the next job that you have in front of you in Westwood? What's the thing?
I think the biggest thing is just return to campus. You know, since we ended in March, everybody ended in March so abruptly. I think there's so much preparation and thought into how do we best acclimate everyone back to campus life in a safe and healthy way. And what does that look like? What is testing? What is tracing? What are all those mechanisms and protocols with your venues, with your testing? How is that going to all come into place to where we can be together in the fall and have some sense of normal? Obviously, we know it's not going to be the same as it was last fall, but how do we get to a place where we return to campus and we get some sense of normal to where we can operate, whether it's class and practices and those kind of things? That's probably the thing I think about the most in my seat, in my chair.